Oof, you know that sinking feeling that you're forgetting something? Or how about when you've got something really important on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't remember it? I hate that feeling. After this video, you'll know what many people forget when moving to Mexico, so you don't have to fail to remember them yourself. For the best advice about moving to Mexico, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I upload a new episode every Thursday. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Alex, and I moved to Mexico from the US in 2017. I've called Querétaro home ever since. I know just how overwhelming moving to Mexico can feel. Exciting, yes, but there's also a lot to remember, which brings me to today's video. Maybe you're one of my Type A subscribers and you've already got yourself a to-do list as long as the line outside the taco stands when the cantinas close. And you're thinking, Alex, there's no way I've forgotten anything. I too thought I had everything on lock when I moved to Mexico 3.5 years ago. With my previous move to Spain under my cinturón, I didn't think that there was anything that could surprise me. Moving to Mexico was a reminder that you simply don't know what you don't know. As I've gotten into the habit of saying a lot on this channel, learn from my mistakes so you can make your own move to Mexico as smooth and successful as possible. Number 1, cancel subscriptions. Some subscription-based services, Netflix and Audible to name a few, you can still use in Mexico. But others, like Amazon Prime, will require you to set up an entirely separate account. If you've been wondering how the heck Amazon Prime works in Mexico, including how much it costs annually, I will link a blog post in the description below with all the details. While you're at it, don't forget to add registering to vote absentee and checking the validity of your important documents to your to-do list. Now, you can renew your passport at the embassy in Mexico, but as someone who has done that entire song and dance, I will tell you it is a lot easier to take care of that in your home country if you're nearing the expiration date. If you're moving to Mexico as a couple or as a family, you may need an apostilla for important documents like marriage and birth certificates. The apostilla certifies that the document from your home country is also valid in Mexico, and this is especially important if you're applying for residency. Check with the consulate closest to you to find out where in your area apostilla services are offered. Number 2, you can find pretty much anything in Mexico. If packing for your move to Mexico has you feeling overwhelmed, I've got good news. You don't have to bring everything. There's a good chance that your most used brands will also have a presence in Mexico. Let's say you do some Googling and find out that one of your favorite products isn't available in Mexico. Don't panic. Part of the fun of living in a different country is finding new products you love. Just because you don't yet know how you'll replace a beloved product doesn't mean you won't find something. It might even be better. Number 3. Find an expat digital nomad mail service. Some people feel comfortable using the address of a trusted friend or family member. But if that's not your situation, don't worry. There are other options. For a fee, of course, an expat digital nomad mail service can receive your mail, open it, and forward it to you digitally. After you've signed up for a service like this, it'll be important that you go through and contact all relevant businesses and organizations to notify them of your address change. Speaking of notifying organizations, don't forget to let your bank and credit card companies know that you're headed to Mexico so they can make a note of it on your account. Check the expiration dates on your cards and keep in mind that it could be challenging to have a replacement sent to Mexico. You really need to have multiple ways to access your money. And I know I've said that in previous videos. I'm starting to feel a little bit like a broken record, but just last week, Taylor lost his primary debit card and the ATM ate another one. So I want you to just think for a second what you would do in that situation. Number 4, save for startup costs. In my experience, you always end up spending more money getting settled into your new country than you thought you would. For example, when I moved to Querétaro, I thought for sure we were going to be able to find a furnished apartment. And when we didn't, we had to really stretch our budget to be able to buy things for our new place. For my fellow digital nomads and remote workers, this is a good time to mention that you might not be able to start working from home right away. It can take a long time to get your internet installed in Mexico. And you should have a plan, you should have enough set aside to cover your living expenses for that first month if this ends up happening to you. The cost of living in Mexico is very affordable compared to the US, but surprise startup costs can really complicate things, so it's important to have a little cushion built into your budget. Number 5, take time for special goodbyes. A going away party sounds like a good idea, but in reality, in that setting, it can actually be very difficult to find time to talk to everyone and to say an adequate goodbye. Instead, make a list of the people that you want to say a special goodbye to and then make plans to see them. I also like to write notes for my loved ones because during an emotional goodbye, it can be difficult to say everything that you want to say. Look, I know you're not getting on the Mayflower and sailing to the New World or whatever. You're going to be back, you're going to visit, hopefully they'll visit you. But before moving to Mexico, it's really important to tell the people that you love how much they mean to you. Hopefully you will see each other again, but if something happens and you don't, you won't have any regrets. That last bit probably sounded grim, but stick with me here. Saying proper goodbyes before moving to Mexico doesn't just apply to someone dying. When you move to Mexico, your relationships will change. It's inevitable. And that's why it's really important to tell people how much they mean to you, how much your relationship with them has meant to you before you go. Telling a friend how special they are to you could help to fortify that relationship against the distance. But even if it doesn't, at least you honored that friendship with a heartfelt goodbye. I am 29 years old, but I still get choked up every time I say goodbye to my mom when I leave Michigan to come back to Mexico. In the comments, let me know who your hardest goodbye will be when you move to Mexico. Number 6, pack essentials in a carry-on bag. When you move to Mexico, you're going to want to hit the ground running, and lost luggage could really slow you down. Just in case that happens, you should pack your carry-on bag with your must-have essentials, plus whatever else you need to get you through your first few days. In addition to your passport and other important documents, you should have at least one change of clothes, your toiletries, and your phone charger. The suitcases that you decide to check should have the address of your Airbnb or hotel on the luggage tags. Number 7, you have to be willing to put in the work. Moving to Mexico has the power to change your life, but simply boarding a plane won't transform you into a different person. Whether you want to completely reinvent yourself or just change a few small things, you'll need to find the courage to leave behind old habits and people that don't serve the new life, the new vision that you have for yourself in Mexico. I encourage you to spend some time thinking, or even journaling if that's your thing, about the person that you want to be in Mexico. If you haven't read it yet, then definitely check out Atomic Habits by James Clear. It offers an easy-to-follow framework for achieving your goals and just becoming the best version of yourself. One last thing that people forget, that I personally forgot when moving to Mexico, is that you don't have to do everything on your own. If you're struggling to find answers to your specific questions, or just want to pick my brain about living in Querétaro, then book a one-on-one clarity call with me. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up because that really helps to support my channel. I'm Alex from backpackingbrunette.com. Thanks for watching.